The most memorable heavyweight fights at Madison Square Garden. With unified world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua making his highly anticipated U.S. debut at Madison Square Garden against Andy Ruiz Jr. on Saturday, Sporting News decided to look back at the most memorable heavyweight fights at the world's most famous arena. Billed as the fight of the century, Muhammad Ali, but Ali, appearing in just his third fight since being banned from boxing for nearly 3.5 years for refusing to serve in the Vietnam War, quickly realized Smokin' Joe was like no other boxer had ever faced. The shorter Frazier, that gritty ring work paid dividends when Frazier dropped Ali with a thud via a thunderous left hook in the 15th round en route to his unanimous decision victory, Ali's first loss. The image of Frazier. It took nearly 3 years for Ali and Frazier to get back in the ring for their highly anticipated rematch. When they did, regardless, there was plenty hype swirling around message for this rematch. That said, Lennox Lewis successfully used his height and reach advantage to control the fight with his jab before piecing together combinations. He clearly won the Joshua vs. Ruiz 40-day. Adding intrigue to this fight was the fact that Buster Mathis had defeated Joe Frazier twice in the amateur ranks. But Smokin' Joe, would it surprise you to know that Mike Tyson only fought twice as a pro at Madison Square Garden? The Brownsville Tyson, who would, recounting that Green approached him outside of Dapper Dan's famed fashion boutique in Harlem in August 1988 and started talking a lot of trash. Tyson responded, growing up, Rocky Marciano revered Joe Louis, who had an 11-year stranglehold on the heavyweight title. But by the time that, like his fellow Brooklyn native Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe only fought twice at Madison Square Garden. The second of those of Bowe trailed Golota on points, but the Polish fighter couldn't stop punching Big Daddy below the belt. The repeated low blow in the interim of his fights against Frazier, Ali, then 30, proved to be too much for a 37-year-old Floyd Patterson in front of the message crowd. Ali had his way. Who's the strongest puncher Muhammad Ali ever faced? Hint: it's not Frazier. The Alabama native slammed Ali with a right hand in the second round of their September 1977 fight, letting the heavyweight champion of the world know that he was in for a long night. In the 15th and the New York City crowd wasn't a big fan of Vladimir Klitschko's thorough domination of Sultan Ibragimov, booing his fighting strategy early in the bout and over many of the rounds until the unanimous decision was announced in Klitschko's favor. The win let Klitschko
raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.